So, hello, Team Life Aquatic, and welcome to our first Life Aquatic diving live broadcast. So, things have been pretty slow on this channel recently. What basically happened is that in November last year, as you might have seen on the video, moved out of the apartment, and we've basically been traveling around South Africa and Brazil for the last 6 months. So I'm just going to run you through a bit of what I've been up to and talk a bit about some plans for the future. So yeah, when I started this channel in 2014, I guess I had ideas about making diving videos and dive travel. And during 2015, 2016, I was just sitting watching a lot of YouTube. And the technology moves so fast nowadays that making videos, it's already kind of old-fashioned. It started to dawn on me recently that live streaming is the way to go now. Engaging with your audience and also building a community. So I've really been taking a break, taking some time out to think about what do these things actually mean to me. And yeah, so we're going to be, the social media, we're going to be building a community on Discord. We're going to be more active on Twitter. And yeah, there's a whole range of new social media platforms that are out there and that are more cutting edge that I've been looking into and been experimenting with. So anyway, let's talk about what I've been up to for the last couple of months. Okay, so let's go through the Facebook. Okay. So in September last year, I was lucky enough to go to Bonaire in the Caribbean with Belsub. Now, Bonaire is one of the world's premier shore diving locations. Basically, you rent a pickup truck. They have cylinder drive-throughs. You can just grab cylinders and dive wherever you like. So here are a few of the images from that trip. September is the summer, so it was hot as hell. I think it's probably the hottest place I've ever been. Must have been about 40 degrees at all times in the sun with the humidity. Beautiful crystal clear water. You just enter through the beach. And all beaches in Bonaire are basically made from coral, like this. Yes, I think this was 1,000 steps. You have to walk down a bunch of steps to get down there. Beautiful reefs. Some of the better preserved coral that I've seen is in Bonaire because of the regulations around coral preservation. As you can see, nice visibility, always about 20 meters. They said this wasn't the best visibility that they usually have. And there's Camilla with her camera. Yes, I went there with Belsub, a Brazilian diving operator that I've done some teaching for, and I'll put the link in the description below. So yeah, you don't really find sandy beaches on Bonaire, but for divers, it's a paradise. And yeah, the water, as you can see, it's just beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then after Bonaire, I was lucky enough to spend a week checking out New York City. So going to New York has always been a dream of mine. Yeah, we have the views over Central Park, and I was surprised because New York is actually quite a lot more beautiful than I thought it would be. And it just has a vibe. Okay, there's Natalia standing in Central Park. Yeah, it's just the vibe in New York. I think that was Andy Warhol's old apartment. I did some music video shooting as well that you can check out on my other channel, Steve Funk. Yeah, New York just has a vibe on the streets that I've never encountered in any other city. Usually I prefer the nature places, but New York was just, yeah, it's just electrifying. I'd actually like to go back there and spend some more time there. Yeah, we have Times Square. And of course the Empire State Building. And yes, John, I did make it to CBGB's. But where CBGB, the famous punk club, is now just a boutique rock and roll clothing store. And this was in Buenos Aires on the way back. Had a long layover over there. Uruguay is just across this river. This is the river, I forget the name. It's a kind of promenade there, people fishing. It's quite nice. Then after that, then I was in Cape Town, South Africa for a while. So let's just check out where are those pictures. There I was able to do a bit of diving. Of course, Cape Town is where I'm from and where I learned to dive. So it was nice to do a bit of cold water diving there for the first time in a couple of years. And I also got to check out the Langebaan Lagoon. So I'd heard a lot of people raving about this place. And yeah, it is pretty beautiful. It's about an hour and a half from Cape Town. Maybe not even, maybe an hour. And it looks a bit like the Caribbean. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Bonaire. What you have here is you have one of only 2 lagoons in the world. I forget what makes this lagoon special now. One of 2 lagoons that are fed directly by the sea. Something like that. Anyway, the water's warmer than the ocean, but not super warm, about 22 degrees. Nothing really to see in there except for sand and a couple of little fish. I did a little bit of snorkeling. But if you want that Caribbean sort of beachy feel on the west coast, this is the only place you're really going to find it. And yeah, some beautiful rock formations. Yeah, too. And very quiet in the week. You can have the whole beach to yourselves. Now what's cool is this is the other side of the lagoon. And yeah, you can see the actual Atlantic Ocean. So it's much rougher looking, much more windswept, but also with a kind of stark beauty. This says Langebaan, but it's not Langebaan. This is at Klipgat near Gansbaai. Another really beautiful beach. Okay, that's Langebaan again. Hermanus. All the old haunts. Hermanus again. I did one of those waterfront sunset cruises for the first time, which was pretty cool. Saw a couple of whales. And of course, Langebaan. No, wait, sorry, this isn't Langebaan. This is Klipgat near Gansbaai. So they have a really cool Bushman cave up there if you've never checked it out before. And yeah, the sunset from Sea Point out on the water in front of the waterfront, checking out the sunset. Clifton 4 Rocks, another place not many people know about. You've got this big rock above Clifton 4. Those rocks in the distance are quite a nice dive site if you catch it on a day like this. Visibility is not always great there, but if you catch it on a good day, there's some cool swim-throughs, a seal colony, and it's an easy-to-do shore dive. Of course, Natalia on Lion's Head. Have to do the obligational hike up Lion's Head every time you're there. And yeah, Gansbaai again. Yeah, so just to check out, I forgot actually, Bonaire, if people don't know. Bonaire is part of the Dutch Antilles, which is just off the coast of Venezuela. We're near to Aruba. So unfortunately my map is in Portuguese right now, being in Brazil, but there we have it. We have Aruba, Curaçao, and Bonaire over here. Curaçao is also a beautiful island. It's a bit more touristic, but in a good way, with beautiful buildings and a waterfront. Whereas Bonaire is more like a dusty, dry, little small town place on a tropical island. And yeah, so the South African leg of the trip was all around the Western Cape over here. So you have Cape Town, and I generally stayed within 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours of Cape Town. So Hermanus, took a trip up to Cape Agulhas one day, and the other side, Langebaan, over there. So everything was in about this 6-7 hour radius along the west coast. And the west coast and Indian Ocean officially end and starts. The Indian Ocean officially starts at Cape Agulhas, and the west coast officially ends around here too. Okay, what else? Yeah, then I've been back in Brazil since then, and so yeah, we have a good friend of mine from New York, Eric. He's also a musician. Visited him in New York, in Brooklyn, so shout out to Eric. And yeah, then I spent a bit of time. It's a pretty cool tortoise. You'll see a lot of these tortoises on the west coast of South Africa. Oh, damn it. Yeah, so you get a lot of these little guys up and down the west coast of South Africa, and they're pretty cool. Sometimes you have to stop and move them off the road. I think this one was in the West Coast National Park, where the Langebaan Lagoon is. Okay, so then I spent a month in the north coast of São Paulo in Brazil, checking out some of the beaches there. It has some of the more beautiful, more tropical beaches in the region. This is Calhetas, quite a difficult little beach to get to, but well worth it. Difficult because there's absolutely nowhere to park. There you've got Tok Tok Grange Island, Ilha Tok Tok Grange. So we were able to go there in the week, which made it possible to park the car. It's quite a long walk down there, but it's got one of those beaches I love with water on either side. And some pretty cool little coral reefs for snorkeling if you can catch it. Good visibility. Okay, this is back in South Africa. I had to show this one too. This is Klipgat Nature Reserve near Gansbaai, or Obos, I think is the reserve. Klipgat Caves. Pretty cool rock formation out there. And yeah, then this is one of my favorite little islands of the north coast, As Ilhas. So there's an island there in front of Barra da Saí Beach. And yeah, I usually get there with our inflatable kayak. This was in April. Beautiful conditions, crystal clear water. It's about a kilometer and a half from the shore. Easy paddling. You just have to watch out that there are no big waves on the day that you go. The first time I tried, we couldn't actually get there. And yeah, it's a beautiful little typical desert island. Yeah, water was really nice and warm, up in the high 20s. Good for swimming. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Like I said, I've been thinking of new ways to promote and build a community on social media. So yeah, not much happening on Twitter. You can always check us out on Twitter as well. We've got the Life Aquatic Diving there. Bunch of different stuff. Going to be building a Discord group. And yeah, another reason why I haven't really been posting any videos was, you know, when you're traveling like this, I just haven't had a space to sit down and create videos. So I'm going to be trying to do this live format more frequently. But yeah, again, you know, it's just space and time living this kind of lifestyle. So the latest news in São José dos Campos in Brazil at the moment, but next week we will be heading to Florianopolis, a city in the south of Brazil, coastal city. I've always heard a lot about. People always rave about it. There it is on the map. So right now I'm over there at the blue dot just outside São Paulo. It's about 700 kilometers there to Florianopolis. And yeah, we'll probably be going there next weekend and staying there for an indefinite period of time. The place is the north coast of Sao Paulo is over here. So there's Sao Paulo. And we were just below, we were in Maresias, which is just over there. Ilhabela, also a very good island. It's very beautiful, good infrastructure. Some diving. Maresias is a famous surfing location, but not really much diving there, although it does have some very beautiful beaches. And yeah, also hoping to get a chance to go over to possibly Uruguay and Buenos Aires, where Natalia and I are talking about it. Either we're going to drive down there, or maybe going to Santiago to go check out some snow, check out the mountains. That we'll have to do by plane. I've also been working a lot, teaching a lot of English classes. I'm working on for an online English school called Yi English. Pretty cool. If you have any Chinese kids that want to learn English out there, please check out Yi English. And I'm also working as a teacher manager there. And we've also been starting a business, an online English school, which is why I've been so quiet, which is our smartbusinessenglish.com. Mainly orientated at the Brazilian market, but yeah, anyone who wants to learn English can sign up here. And pretty much while I was in South Africa, this is one of the projects I was putting together with Natalia. This website, it's an online business. It's been going pretty well. But yeah, so I've been thinking a lot recently just about how I can rejuvenate this website, what I can do to start building this community again, stay in better touch with you guys, and yeah, just generally be more active on social media to do with diving and life aquatic diving. So smash up the likes. I'll post some links in the bottom, in the window below. Subscribe, share it, and yeah, I'll see you